possible to make your Harley Softail more comfortable with just a simple seat pad? Let's find out. Alright everybody, what is up? As always, thanks for stopping by to another video today. As you can see, we are here with my 2022 Harley Davidson Softail Street Bob. And one of the biggest questions that I think a lot of people think about and ask me personally are how is the comfort of this bike and how is the comfort of your seat? As you guys know, I have the San Diego Custom Saddlemen step-up seat for your Harley Softails. Big fan of the seat, big fan of the looks, form, and function of this seat. I can say it has been pretty comfortable for me over the course of around the 12,000 miles that I have been using this seat. But as you guys know, on some of those longer day trips, longer road trips, those type of things, those long stretches of riding your motorcycle, whatever type of motorcycle it is, things can get a little bit uncomfortable down there with whatever seat you have, whatever style bike you have. I started to search around for any additional options for some extra comfort that I could add to my seat because really, I do like the comfort of this Saddlemen seat, but it can only be so comfortable for so long. So I started to do a little bit of research, looking around on Amazon, and I found this seat pad right here, which I've been using for about 3,000 miles. And a lot of you guys out there have actually noticed this on my bike because I've been getting a lot of questions on YouTube and Instagram about does this seat pad or seat cushion actually work. So I figured I'd go ahead and make a video for you guys, make all the details of this as far as positioning and comfort and my experience over several thousand miles with this. Does it actually help? What is my opinion of this seat pad? So if you guys have been struggling with seats or comfort or positioning of your seats on any of your bikes, go ahead and drop it down in the comments and let me know what are some of the best seats or seat pads that you guys have had to really kind of enhance or extend the comfort of your motorcycles. I'll be curious to get any feedback of any of those options that you guys have tried and experienced down in the comments. So first off, to get it started, I simply picked this up off of Amazon. I think it was like $40. It might have been the first one that came up in the search. They all looked pretty similar to me, so I just went with this one. I figured, hey, it's only 40 bucks. If I don't like it or don't care for it, it was only 40 bucks, maybe use it here and there, we'll see. So this is a brand Sky JDM. Again, this was off of Amazon. They really promoted this with some of the benefits of things like pressure relief, anti-slip, breathable. It's a very soft honeycomb gel seat pad that really kind of just sits right over any seat that you have with a couple buckles. We will show you that in just a minute when we go ahead and put it on. Alright guys, so we'll run through a quick recap of just throwing it on here. As you can imagine, it's super simple. Then we're going to hop on and take the bike out, talk about my experience with this pad for around 3,000 miles and some longer trips or so. So we're just going to go ahead and remove the Saddlemen step up from its current position, just slide it back a little bit. So with the seat loosened up, we're just going to go ahead and throw the pad on top here. We can do a little bit of an adjustment later. Pull the strap through to the other side. Simply go ahead and send that hook through and just latch it down. And then same idea towards the back. We're going to send the strap through underneath the seat. We're going to go ahead and hook it. Make sure that latch is tight. And then there we go, simple as that. You can kind of adjust the pad back and forth. So this gives you a little bit of an idea of how this is going to be positioned on your seat, specifically if you have a Saddlemen or any step-up variation of seat. Gives you an idea of what this is going to look like. I don't mind it because it does kind of blend right in. It is noticeable in some pictures and stuff, but it kind of blends right in. You still kind of can maintain the look of your step-up seat if that's what you're going for. But anyways, again, we've got the gel honeycomb, very soft plush material right here. Again, kind of adjust to wherever you need it. I can say it is anti-slip, so I haven't had much problem with adjusting it out on the road or having it stay in place. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of the process of actually putting it on your bike. We're going to lock the seat back in and we're going to take the bike out on the road. I'll tell you a little bit about what the comfort or any changes have really been like in my experiences of about 3,000 miles or so with this plush pad. Alrighty guys, so we are out on the bike now, out for a little cruise. We do have the seat cushion on the bike, like you saw, we just threw it on there. So just to give some of my thoughts and opinions on this motorcycle seat pad, like I said, I have been using it for probably around 3,000 miles now. As soon as you sit on it, you're definitely going to notice the plush cushiness of that over probably whatever seat you currently have on your bike. So that is one nice thing. I will say from a riding position, I do think that it kind of
sets me into the middle of the seat and makes me sit a little more upright, which I do actually like. I feel like that's where you get some of the relief off of some of the pressure of your tailbone and your spine. It does put me in a little bit of a better posture for some reason. I don't know if it's the positioning of it or I'm just more focused on it, but that is one thing I do like about it. I do feel like it does take some pressure off of your tailbone, off of your spine. One thing that it said it did was increase kind of like airflow through that region. I don't know about that. Some of those hot days I still got pretty sweaty and stuff like that, so don't know if it actually comes through from that perspective. I will say that it definitely stays locked in and tight. I'm not slipping around. It's not slipping around, sliding all over the place or anything like that, so that is good. Another thing I do like about this is, as you guys saw back in the garage when we were putting it on there, that few inches, 2 to 3 inches of thickness there really kind of like boosts me up on the seat a little bit. I think that helps with the posture as well. I do kind of like that it sits me up a little bit higher, gives me a little bit more space through my hips and knees, which is good. So finally, the most important part that you guys are probably questioning is the comfort. I will say that I do love the Saddlemen step-up seat. I was, for the most part, kind of fine with it. Obviously, after like long trips and after a while, I was getting a little bit sore and uncomfortable. It's really hard to avoid that in any situation on a motorcycle. But from that comfort perspective, I will say the softness has really helped. I will say that there is a noticeable difference in the comfort and length of time that I can put out some of these longer stretches on the highway and things like that. Previously, I would notice around 90 to 100 miles, I'm starting to get a little antsy in the hips, the butt, the knees, things like that. I can really kind of stretch it farther now. My typical stops now are around like 130 to 150 at a clip, and I feel pretty much good getting off the bike, getting gas, take a quick stretch, hop back on. I think what that has done also is reduced my recovery time. Before, without this pad, I would have to kind of linger around and, you know, let some of the pressure reduce from like my back and things like that. But now I can hop off, and these stops have gotten a little quicker for me because I feel like the stress is not as much while I'm riding. So my recovery time, getting gas, grab a snack, hop back on, keep going, I think that recovery time is a little better with this pad, I would say. Now, is it perfect? Is it going to save your life and save your comfort out there on the road? Probably not totally. I will say once I get up around like 350, 400, 500 miles in a day, I'm starting to feel a little bit of that discomfort again, but it doesn't set in as quickly as it used to with this pad. So like I said, it's not going to save your life out there. It's probably not going to save your back, save your butt totally on some of those longer trips. But I have noticed a pretty decent difference to where I would say if you're on the fence about one of these things, go ahead and give it a shot. Like I said, this one was only 40 bucks on Amazon. If it doesn't work out for you, whatever, send it back or, you know, just give it to somebody. I would say for a $40 item has been pretty well worth it. I was thinking like, you know, I would only use it on long trips or something like that, take it on and off since it's so easy to take on and off. But I'm actually just going to leave it on there. I don't care if it looks corny or you call me old man or whatever the fact is. I'm just going to keep it on there. It is pretty comfortable, but like I said, at the end of the day, you're going to always experience some discomfort at some point, I'm assuming. So we'll go ahead and start to wrap this one up. If there's anything I missed out there, any questions, comments, concerns you guys have about this seat pad or the comfort of it on my Harley Softail Street Bob, make sure you go ahead, drop them down in the comments and let me know. I will be sure to address any of those questions. But like I said, it has been pretty useful and functional for me from a riding position and comfort perspective, specifically on longer trips, so I will continue to use it. But like I said, that's all we got for now. As always, make sure you guys ride safe out there. Make it a good one, guys. It's the Moto John. We'll see y'all on down the road. Peace.